Guys, what's going on? It's your girl Molly and I'm back with another video. It is Friday, October 13th, and if you guys want a free tattoo, or well, it's not free, it's $13 plus a tip, $7, usually like 20 bucks. Go get yourself a tattoo. I only have one. And yeah, let's get into the video. So the number one question that I get asked is, how do you eat salad all the time? Guys, being vegetarian or vegan doesn't mean you only eat salad. So I want to say that's probably the biggest misconception out there. I'm not going to lie, I was one of those that used to think, if you're vegan, what do you even eat? There is a lot of options in which I plan on making more videos for you guys to give you inspiration on meals that you can cook for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So just stay tuned for those videos. But yes, second question is, I could never give up meat. Guys, I want you guys to know that I consider myself somebody that was obsessed with food, okay? It might sound crazy or funny to people, but food was my comfort place. Food was where I went to feel better. Like if I was having a bad day, I was gonna go eat. That always made me feel like pacified. Like think about a baby with a pacifier. Food was my pacifier. So how can I give up meat? It was honestly very easy for me to make the choice. It's the commitment that's harder. It's the, the will to keep going. When things are hard, to not give up. Just like in anything. You know what I mean? You're going to have a lot of haters, okay? I'm not going to say everybody's like this. There's going to be people that naturally have a negative connotation of a vegan. In all reality, it's about why you're doing it, which I mentioned that in the last video, and why it's important to you. And so for me, it was really important because I had a lot of digestive issues. I didn't go to the doctor for these things. I did a lot of research on my own as well. I've seen a lot of videos that just speak about these things. And personally, I had crazy heartburn. When I was eating like that, I had heartburn every night. My stomach did not process food every single day. Like I was not using the bathroom every day. And I know there's a lot of people that they're like, oh, I use the bathroom 3 times a day. Me personally, the way that I was eating was causing me to not be able to use the restroom like a regular person. So I was very dehydrated as well. I hated drinking water, which I still don't really like drinking water, but I'm trying to keep hydrating myself. If I'm not at least drinking water, I'm getting sources of hydration through other things that I'm eating. So think about this. You eat a hamburger, you eat French fries. Now you have the burger bun, and you got the fries. Now take away it being fried, that's a lot of starch. So when your body holds on to things like that, it's holding on to nothing because those foods are not full of nutrients. So that brings me to my next topic. What are the benefits of being vegetarian or vegan or plant-based? So the biggest thing for me, or that I have heard other people deal with, is that meat actually produces mucus within your body. Yes. So I don't know if any of you meat eaters out there struggle with, having congestion and things like that. The meat can possibly be the reason. And like I mentioned before, I am not a doctor. I'm not licensed to talk about this. These are just things that I have researched and seen on my own. So if you want to look into that, you're more than free to do your own research. Meat takes longer to break down in your body. So for those of you that don't know, which this is a proven fact, meat takes 7 days to finally pass through all the way through your body. So imagine 7 days a week, you're eating chicken, steak, pork, shrimp, whatever it is. All of those things are accounted for 7 days each time. So imagine all the parasites, the blockage, things that are holding on to the sides of your stomach because of what we're putting into our bodies. So obviously you're watching this video because you're interested in becoming vegetarian. So I'm not gonna, try to hurt your feelings or anything like that, I will tell you I was the biggest wing eater, chicken tender lover. I loved bacon for a long time before I stopped eating pork. So like, if anybody knows about this, it's me. Like, I was one of those people. Another question that I get asked a lot is, what's the difference between being vegetarian and vegan? So being vegetarian means you don't eat meat at all. So no steak, no chicken, no pork, no seafood, no fish, nothing. But you do still eat dairy and anything that possibly come from a cow or come from an animal. So for example, you can be a non-meat eater, but you still eat chicken eggs. See what I'm saying? You can still eat cheese, which comes from the cow. So that is the journey that I claim to be on. I've transitioned from cutting out the eggs, and I now use, how would I call it? I now use a food item called Just Egg. Now it's a plant-based mock egg, and mock means it's just like an imitation of it. So seasoned correctly, it tastes pretty good, and we make pretty good meals with it. And that's also something that I will be putting in a video for you guys, so you guys can see what that looks like. But yes, I've transitioned from eating chicken eggs to eating Just Egg, which is what it's called. And now I still eat cheese. That's probably the number one that a lot of people struggle with getting rid of, because there's not a mock cheese that tastes very similar to regular cheese. So if you can get you some plant-based cheese already, in a package, and it's pretty good if you get the right ones. But the best way to make it is probably homemade, and there's also recipes that are for that as well. So yeah, that's the difference. Vegan just means you don't eat anything from an animal. So that means no eggs, no dairy, no cheese, no sour cream, nothing like that. So that also means, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's certain products or certain food items that you can buy that actually contain animal fat or pork fat. So because of this, those are things that you should also be cautious of, because you're still putting those things into your body. So just so that you guys know, there's certain things out there that do contain pork fat, beef fat, and things like that. If you're just transitioning, and it's not a real big concern right now, but it's just something that I wanted to mention to you guys if you want to go hardcore with it. Another thing I want to mention about the benefits of becoming vegetarian is your meal. Let me give you guys some perspective here. Have you guys ever went out to eat somewhere, like let's say McDonald's, Burger King, or anything like that, and like a couple hours after you eat, you're starving again? That's happening because there's no nutrients in their food, like zero. Everything is mystery meat, chemicals, you name it. You can pull up the McDonald's, I don't know if it's their website, but there's a picture, if you look it up on Google, their menu with all of the ingredients inside their patties. Most of those you can't even read off. So just to give you guys some perspective, when you eat something full of nutrients, you're actually fuller longer, even if it's a smaller portion. So that's something else to keep in mind. And I know a lot of you guys out there are probably picky and don't like eating certain things, or you don't like vegetables, and so you don't know how you're gonna do it. Listen, yo girl Molly did not like any vegetables. It took adapting to the difference, but also knowing how to cook your food, knowing how to season your food is so important. Myself, I don't like plain green beans. I don't like plain corn. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta add butter. You gotta add your little seasoning, your onion powder, your garlic powder, your salt, your pepper. You know what I mean? Those things make those things more tolerable and in most cases enjoyable. So I just wanted to give you guys that tip, that don't give yourself an excuse. Don't tell yourself that, oh, it's gonna be too hard, I can't do that. No, because as soon as you say that, you've already accepted defeat. Like I said before, you have to want it. You have to tell yourself, I have no other choice. And that's what I told myself for all these last 2 years that I've done this. I have a fiance who ate meat in front of me for 1.5 years. Eating separate meals because he wanted wings and fries, and I'm cooking, rice and beans and lettuce and making myself a little bowl. It takes that commitment. So I'm glad that you guys are joining me at this point in my life, because now I can start my journey with fitness, and actually you guys will be able to see me do it in live action. I had to get this under my belt too, so that you guys will believe me too. I mean, I lost a lot of weight, but I'm nowhere near I want to be. So I'm glad you guys are here and ready for the journey. I'm super excited and stoked to start this with y'all. The next video that I post is going to be a gym video, so you guys stay tuned for that. And if you guys have any recommendations of what you guys want to see or what you guys want me to talk about, if there's any questions that you guys have, go ahead and comment below in this video and tell me what that topic or question is, and I will be glad to post it. Anyways, that's it for today's video, y'all. I just wanted to answer those questions for you and kind of give you some more perspective as far as what I did to lose the weight and what journey I'm currently on. So you guys have been awesome. Thank you for your support. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And your girl's not finished yet.